Welcome guys to another deck profile. This time we'll take a look at the Burgesstoma Artifact Raccoon deck. So before I do this deck profile, I just wanted to say that I find it hilarious that the new Burgesstoma cards actually came out as I was trying to make this or plan this deck profile for you guys. But anyways, the new support for the Burgesstoma archetype has an array of new trap cards plus a new Exceed monster. I would say the cards that interest me is the one that banishes a face-up card on the field, so that one's pretty good, although it does have discard cards cost, so yeah. Also, the Exceed monster seems very utility-wise, searching out a Burgesstoma trap card from your deck. I still find the first Exceed better because it allows you to pop a card during either player's turn, so that's just my personal take on the new Burgesstoma support cards. For the Burgesstoma lineup, we have the Burgesstoma Trade-In. Discard one Burgesstoma card to draw 2 cards. The Burgesstoma Dust Tornado. Target one spell trap card on the field, destroy it. The Burgesstoma Book of Moon. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls, change it to face-down defense position. The Burgesstoma Shrink card. Half a monster's attack and defense of its current attack and defense until the end of the turn. And that is our Burgesstoma lineup. The Burgesstoma archetype effect is, when a trap card is activated, controlled by either you or your opponent, doesn't matter, you get to activate one trap card in your graveyard and then special summon it back onto the field as a monster, not treated as a trap card anymore. If this card is summoned this way, it's unaffected by other monster effects. It's a level 2, attack 1200 attack, defense 0, aqua, water. It's also a normal monster, but banish it when it leaves the field. So basically these Burgesstoma cards are also monsters while they're in the graveyard, special them back. They're level 2 monsters. Their Exceed monsters is a rank 2 Exceed that requires 3 or more level 2 monsters, so that's how that works. The Burgesstoma requires a lot of level 2 monsters, so we need to run another level 2 engine, so to speak, and that's where the Raccoons will come in later on. So, introducing the Artifact archetype, you can set them from your hand to your spell and trap zone as a spell card. So basically they're now back row monsters sort of thing. So when they're destroyed on your opponent's turn by a card effect or anything, you can just special summon them and then their effects will go off. They all have effects when they're special summoned during your opponent's turn, so that's really good. So here we have Artifact Bale Tech. When this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, you can destroy up to 2 sets you control, minimum 1. So this effect helps you trigger the other effects of your other artifact monsters. Artifact Scythe. When this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn. So this card is really good at disrupting your opponent's plays if they rely on Exceed, Fusions, Synchros, Pendulums from the extra deck. So this card is really good. Artifact Hyper Librarian. Basically, if this card's on the field, each time an artifact monster is special summoned during your opponent's turn, you draw 1 card. And you can only control one of these guys because they didn't want you to draw like a bunch of cards, right? So yeah. Since Hyper Librarian's limited, this card has to be limited on the field. Speaking of limited, we have Artifact Merletech. This card is at 1 because it's that powerful. So this is probably the best artifact monster in the archetype. The reason being is when it's special summoned during your opponent's turns, destroy 1 face-up card your opponent controls. So it's a free pop and it doesn't target, so that's really powerful. Artifact Sanctum. So this card allows you to special summon 1 artifact monster from your deck to the field. You can only activate 1 of these per turn. You cannot conduct your battle phase during the turn this card's activated. That condition really doesn't apply since you usually activate this card during your opponent's turn because the artifact monster's effects only work on your opponent's turn when they're special summoned, so yeah. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, target 1 card on the field, destroy that target. So this card is all around good. It allows you to make plays with your artifact monsters, giving you a shortcut to special summon from your deck, which means the artifacts will trigger their effects and then make the other plays happen. Also, Artifact Sanctum is a trap card, which means it works well with the Burgesstomas because it's a trap card activation, so they allow the Burgesstomas to special summon off of the Artifact Sanctum as well. So you basically 2 special summons with 1 trap card. Artifact Ignition. Target 1 spell trap card on the field, destroy that target, and if you do, set 1 artifact monster directly from your deck to your spell trap zone as a spell card. If this card in your owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, your opponent skips their next battle phase. You must control a artifact monster in your main deck to activate this card. So this card is all around good. It can allow you to activate your artifact effects because you can destroy your artifacts during your opponent's turn with the artifact ignition because it's a quick play spell, and then you get your artifacts effects off. So this card can also destroy your opponent's back row, so that's good as well if you have something already to destroy your own back row. We're technically running like 6 MSTs in this deck because this Burgesstoma monster also destroys a spell trap card on the field, so you have even more ways to destroy your artifact monsters. So getting your artifact monster effects off should be no problemo. Rank 2 Raccoon hype, guys. So baby Raccoon 10-10 right here. Its flip effect is special summon 1 level 2 beast type monster from your deck except for itself. Pretty simple effect, really powerful. We got Paco, the Raccoon Rascal. When this card is normal summon, you get to special summon 1 level 2 beast type monster from your deck in face down defense position except for himself. During your turn you activate this effect, you can only special summon beast type monsters. So this card is good because you get to set the 10-10 we spoken earlier. So it sets up the beast plays. Also, this card has the restriction where you can only special summon beast type monsters during that turn. But really, this entire deck is based on your opponent's turn, literally. Like the Burgesstoma special summon can be also on your opponent's turn. The artifacts are on your opponent's turn, so this card's restriction is not really relevant in this deck, really. We got Bambi. So this card allows you to special summon a level 2 or lower beast type monster in your graveyard by discarding 1 card, except for himself. So you can special summon anything other than itself. Then special summon that in face up attack position or face down defense position. So that works with 10-10 as well. You can only use one of these effects per turn. So this card's all around good because it helps you set up the 10-10 again, or special summon another beast type monster that could be potentially dangerous for your opponent. Introducing the deadly beast of this deck, Wind Up Kitten. Has the deadly effect where it can target 1 monster your opponent controls, return that target to their hand. This effect can only be used once while this card's face up. The dangerous Bunny Rabbit here. If this card's special summoned by the effect of a beast type monster, you get to target 1 card in the field and destroy that target. So for some amazing feats, the Wind Up Kitten has killed a Beals before, so that's good. The Bunny Rabbit has also killed a Logia before, so that's also good. Also to note, I forgot to mention that this card's also a tuner monster, which means you can go into synchro plays with this card plus the artifact monsters, which are level 5. So we got level 7 synchro plays as well, so that's pretty powerful. We are running Exceeds Reborn because we run Exceeds, and Exceeds are actually really powerful when they're special summoned back from the graveyard with material, such as Exceed Reborn. So that's why that card's there. Call of the Haunted, because all artifact monsters activate when they're special summoned during your opponent's turn, and Call of the Haunted can provide that once they're killed and sent to the graveyard. You can just re-special summon them with this trap card, and then your opponent will have to do something about it. Also, Call of the Haunted is a trap card activation, so Burgesstoma can special summon off of the Call of the Haunted as well. So this is basically like a double summon during your opponent's turn. Could be anyways. Raigeki, once again, to sack your opponent with. For the extra deck, we have the Burgesstoma Exceeds monster. So this requires 3 or more level 2 monsters. Not the easiest monster to summon in the world, however, raccoons make this really easy actually. You basically can get out 2 raccoons, no problemo, and then just activate 1 trap card, special summon 1 trap Burgesstoma trap card from your graveyard, then you got this Exceed monster. This Exceed monster has a really powerful effect, however. Unaffected by other monster effects, so that's like basically the Burgesstoma archetype effect. Once per turn, if a trap card is sent from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can look at the top card of your deck, and if it's a trap card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. We are running a lot of trap cards in this deck, so your RNG chances should be pretty good. Also, if it's an artifact monster or raccoon monster, really you have ways of special summoning them back with the Call of the Haunted and the Bambi, so it's not too bad if you mill them. Anyways, this card's other effect is, once per turn during either player's turn, if this card has a trap card as Exceed material, you get to target 1 card on the field and destroy it by detaching 1 Exceed material. So this card's effect can be used during either player's turn. That's really good because you can also pop your own artifact monsters during your opponent's turn, then trigger their effects. So this card is a walking ignition plus a Raigeki break or something. Number 64, Sandayu. So this is the Raccoon Exceed monster, requires 2 level 2 beast type monsters. So you can make this card relatively easily with the Bambi or the Tan. Once per turn, you can detach one Exceed material from this card, special summon one Kagemusha Raccoon token, Beast type Earth, level 1, question mark attack, defense 0. When it's summoned, its attack becomes basically the highest monster attack points on the field. While you control another Beast type monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, so this card is all around pretty good. Even if this card was the only Exceed monster on the field that was the Beast type monster, you can just call the Haunted into another Beast type monster, then this card will survive, basically. Also, this card can get rid of beaters really well. The Raccoon is level 1, so it can get over like Gravity Bind, level limit area B, and stuff like that. There's always that one monster that your opponent has that is like untargetable or something crazy. So first of all, Artifact Muraltech would be the answer to that untargetable monster. However, what if you didn't want to destroy your opponent's monster? What if it's like a Forerunner or a Dark Destroyer, Cosmos, special summoning other ships? That's not good when they're destroyed. So Skycarver says, how about I bounce the monster and I'll do it in a way that it doesn't target. So this card's effect is, this card cannot be destroyed by battle while it has Exceed material at the end of the damage step. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you can use one Exceed material to return that monster back to their hand. So this card is really good against the Cosmo ships, against Dark Destroyer specifically, and Forerunner. Gusto Phoenix, because it has the ability to make a wind monster attack twice, and this card also being wind means that it has a potential 3000 attack on the line, or well, 3000 total damage, so this card can help you with the OTK aspect if you can. We got Gachi Gachi for the defense. It also increases the attack and defense of all our monsters by 400 because this card will have 2 Exceed material when it's Exceed summon. Plus, if this card would be destroyed, you just detach 1 Exceed material instead, so it's really good defense. Artifact Drendel requires 2 level 5 monsters. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can activate one of these effects. When a monster effect is activated on the field, or when a normal spell or trap card is activated, you can use this effect, and its effect becomes destroy one spell trap card your opponent controls. So if your opponent activated like Rogeki, you can just activate this effect. The Rogeki now becomes an MST, so your opponent must choose one of your back row to actually destroy. And if they pick an artifact monster, then, well then, they're kinda screwed. So yes, that's how that effect works. You can detach 1 Exceed material from this card. Each player shuffles their entire hand back into the deck and then draw the same number of cards. So it's a reload, basically. That effect can actually help you with dead hands, or if your opponent searched out a card that they wanted, you can just say nope, give them a new hand. That could be good or bad. We don't know, because it's all RNG with that effect. Constellar Pleiades requires 2 level 5 light monsters, but all of the artifact monsters are light, so that fits in that category. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can attach 1 Exceed material from this card, target 1 card on the field, return that target to the hand. So this card is all around good. It can use its effect during either player's turn, so it can disrupt your opponent even further. Number 61, Volcasaurus requires 2 level 5 monsters, so you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card to target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. This card cannot attack your opponent directly during the turn this card is activated. So this card is all around good. It can get rid of like a really powerful monster your opponent controls, and then they just take a lot of damage. Mikhail basically allows you to pay 1000 life points to target 1 card on the field, banish that target. Level 7 Synchro. Black Rose Dragon nukes the entire board. Clearwing Synchro Dragon protects you against monster effects and monsters that target. Odd-Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon, the level 7 Armites during the battle phase. So your opponent cannot activate any monster effects during the battle phase, so that gets rid of other problematic stuff that could happen during the battle phase. So this is how the entire deck looks like. This deck is pretty fun. I've made it because of 2 things. Number 1 was El Shadal Construct was banned. Konami killed it in their November 9th ban list, which means the Burgesstoma Shadal deck is now dead without construct. Also, Exononite was banned, so that means we can set 5 back row without being pressured against Exonite, so that's good. This deck interacts with your opponent a lot because of the artifacts, the raccoons, the Exceed monsters, so yeah, your opponent will have a hell of a time with this deck, for sure. And anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you guys later.